Well, I'm Dave Flagler from Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control Commission. I'm the new guy here on the block. I've been with the organization for about a month now. I have come to the Milwaukee area from Florida, and prior to Florida, I've had the opportunity of working animal control organizations throughout the country. I look forward to surviving a Wisconsin winter and serving the pets and people of the Milwaukee area. The highest priority that I placed in coming into this organization is to develop a relationship with our rescue partners. Many of the partners have approached me and have asked that we change our policies so that we can better facilitate the faster movement of animals out of our shelter. And I think that that is something that that we're committed to doing. The longer that an animal sits in a shelter environment, the more likelihood it is that that animal's going to get sick. And so if we can begin to move animals out faster, then we get to preserve the health of that animal once it finds a home out in the community. So some of the things that the rescue groups have asked of me is an opportunity to begin the evaluation of an animal earlier and not have to wait till day 7, but maybe at day 3 or 4, if an owner hasn't shown up for an animal, that they can pre-evaluate an animal so that on day 7, the animal can be immediately moved out to them and they can begin the placement process. That makes perfect sense for me. It poses a little bit of risk for us, but the risk is minor. One of the things that I think the organization has tried to do in the past is that they wanted to prevent incidents occurring where a person that is looking for their lost pet come in and find out that they cannot reclaim their pet immediately because while the animal was in our care, it inadvertently bit a volunteer or a behaviorist, and then has to undergo a 10 days rabies quarantine. So I think that in the past that the staff believed that they were doing a favor for a potential pet owner looking for their lost pet by keeping the pet away from people. And our new philosophy is to allow as many people to have hands-on with that animal so that we can get it placed. And we'll just risk the infrequent incidents that may prolong the holding time for an animal. Well, I think that the no-kill movement is one of the most misunderstood movements that we have in the country. And frequently it is just as misunderstood by those people that are pushing the no-kill movement as it is from just general citizens thinking, that the whole notion of no-kill is that we're going to have dangerous dogs running the streets. No-kill is an effort to ensure that the live release of adoptable and treatable or rehabilitatable animals in our community. Many of the no-kill folks believe that the problem resides with the animal shelter. Well, the animal shelter is one of the elements in a community becoming no-kill. But the biggest element is the community itself has to fulfill the element of being responsible pet owners. You cannot continue to breed animals and continue to perpetuate the overpopulation of pets in a community and expect that the community is going to become no-kill. So we need a community that is going to take responsibility for their pets, that they are going to ensure that their pets are spayed or neutered. They're going to ensure that their animals have identification on them in the event that they're lost, that they can be returned to them. And if their pets should become lost, that they come to the shelter and they bail out those animals. People need to understand that when they are adopting an animal, that they are making a lifelong decision. That one of the good things about our economy is people are now starting to weigh the cost of pet ownership. And for the first time, that people are beginning to understand the expense with owning a pet, and they are making sound decisions now as to bringing a pet into their homes. Pets are such a wonderful addition to any family, but it is a tremendous responsibility on the household to maintain that pet and make sure that that pet is not adding to the problems in the community. So if we get all of the community players doing their part, the animal shelter is working with the rescue groups to do their part, that when all of these elements come together for a community, then the community gets to enjoy this whole notion that every animal is placed in a lifetime loving home. There are several communities in the country that are experimenting with the no-kill, and in some communities they've been extremely successful. Other communities, as we in Milwaukee, this is going to be a struggle for us until we get all of these elements to come together. My job is to work with all of the elements that are in my control and facilitate that my organization is doing everything that it can in placing these animals, and my role is to develop the liaison and relationship with the rescue groups to ensure that these animals are being placed. One of the challenges that we have are these animals that are seized for dogfighting. Every state has their own regulations on how we're allowed to deal with these dogs. Many areas that I've worked, that we were allowed to petition the courts to accept ownership of the animals so that we could begin placing those animals. Wisconsin has developed laws that prohibit the placement of fighting dogs. And I think that this is one of the areas that I look forward to working with local animal welfare organizations to begin changing a lot of the laws that I believe are, that we're entering new times, and it's now time to take another look at the laws that we are enforcing to make sure that they are meeting the expectation of our communities. Now, as far as the animals that are in our care, the person who makes the decision on those animals is the investigating officer. Oddly, in the state of Wisconsin, that the majority of the animal cruelty cases are being investigated by police officers. And so many of these officers are experiencing this whole issue of holding animals for the first time in their careers. Now, we as an organization work with them, but the holds that are placed on these animals are either placed by the investigating officer or the attorneys that are representing the municipalities. There is no mechanism for us to begin to try to place these animals into new homes. And even if there were, that we have such a large number of animals in our shelter that are in need of a home, that don't focus on just the small few animals that are being represented in dogfighting cases, because we have a tremendous need of placing all of the pit bulls that come through our facility. But again, keep in mind that the pit bulls that come into our facility as a result of a dogfighting seizure, that these animals are victims as well. And as a result, that while the animals are in our care, that we need to make sure that we are taking the proper care of those animals and all their medical and physical needs are being met. Many of the animals that come in are aggressive, and it's a danger for the staff to walk them, but many of them are not. And the staff, the kennel staff have approached us and asked if they could spend more time walking these animals, doing socialization with these animals, and we encourage that. That, you know, I want us to treat every animal in this facility as if it's my own. And if we've got staff that has the time to take these animals out and walk them, that we will accept the risk involved with the staff taking them for a walk. But our staff are professional staff. They recognize the signs of if they're in danger, and these animals are in good hands.